There are men, or I should say reasonable facsimiles of men, clutching their balls and moaning upon their beds of pain. And why? Not for the usual post-Independence Day reasons like taking a Roman candle to the nads. No, these fine young bucks have decided that since their fillies can no longer turn their progeny into chop suey, it's time to get the old snip-snip. And believe it or not, this isn't just in red states. No, apparently nobody's told the LaCroix sparkling water tried to be a dude fellas in Los Angeles that murdering babies will still be perfectly legal in their state for the foreseeable future because vasectomies, they're up there too. That's right, people in California, where it's perfectly legal to murder your baby, bam, on a whim. You can still do it. They're getting more and more vasectomies. Now, my knee-jerk reaction to this, and I'm sure yours as well, is this. Good. I'm glad you're doing it. If you're the type of guy that's so worried about having to take responsibility for a decision you've made that you're willing to go under the knife to keep it from happening, then you're probably the type that we need to slowly weed out of our society. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean, I kind of do, but give me points for at least thinking about trying to be nice to these pansies. I almost said it. The truth of the matter is, at first glance, this seems like a really good idea. And maybe even it is. I don't know. As much as I wish that everyone in the country could be persuaded toward thinking of these things the way that you and I think of them, by means of a good argument, we know that far too many of them won't be. Too many people have been convinced for too long that abortion is a right to be cherished and protected. To them, it's birth control. It's a matter of convenience. Hell, if the left were half as passionate about protecting our actual rights as they are about protecting this fake one that never should have been presented that way, well, hell, we might already be getting along okay with just some differences of opinion. Listen, in all seriousness, the great rolling tide of change is within earshot of our shores, my friends. What we're doing today is going to echo down through time, affecting our children and grandchildren for generations to come. With the overturn of Roe, it's time for red states to not only get rid of almost all abortion, but to begin working on legislative measures to course correct for 50 years of bad decision making. Let me give you an example. The left often says that if men had to start paying child support as soon as a woman found out she was pregnant, there'd be a lot fewer men against abortion. Well, I'm going to shock you. I happen to think that's a great friggin' idea that they had. Let's put it in place. This and a lot of other legislative measures is what's coming down the pike. It has to, because we let this thing get too far away from us for too long. Listen, we've won the right to life. Now it's time to take care of the responsibility to life. And hey, if your version of that is getting a vasectomy, well, hell, knock yourself out. Go get cut. No, literally, you're probably going to want to knock yourself out because it hurts like a bitch. Trust me, I've been there. I've done it. When I went and got my vasectomy, dude, I didn't know what to expect. It's the most humiliating thing that a man, and I know I'm preaching to the choir because you girls, y'all go to the OBGYN, you got your feet up in the stirrups and the whole thing, and they got to stick that cold metal thing inside of you. I know it's just rough. But for a man, to get stripped down to nothing but his T-shirt and let his family jewels hang out, put his feet up in the stirrups, and then the doctor going to come in there. Well, first of all, they got to, the girls, usually the nurses in there, they got to shave you up a little bit, and then they got to try to tape your other unnecessary unmentionables. They got to tape them out of the way so the doctor can come in there and work, and then he's going to come in there and stick a needle in you. And when that happened to me, Brandon, when the doctor came in there and pulled my junk up and he stuck a needle in me, he goes, were you CIA or Special Forces or something? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he goes, well, you didn't even flinch. And I'm like, Doc, flattery's going to get you nowhere right now.
It's not the time, Doc.
You have my balls in your hands, bro. Like, yeah. I'm good. I made the decision. I paid the copay. I'm here for this.
I like the idea that CIA training would have helped for that, though.
I mean, who knows? I don't know what the CIA even does anymore. But if they help you take a shot to the balls, maybe we all need a little of that training.